That he doesn't think that these are weird requests. That's not in the special. The special is pretty good. We know what the reason is.
I'm not a big fan of the actor Jonah Hill, but an ex-girlfriend.
Chat literally will rip into Ben Shapiro for 7.5 hours and make fun of him and not realize that they behave exactly like Ben Shapiro when, like, someone tells a joke that they don't immediately understand. Okay? Like, chat, this is reflecting. This is a mirror reflecting at you.
Girlfriend of his now coming out of the woodwork to accuse him of brutality and vicious evil. Why? Because he texted her some stuff that, you know, is kind of not, like, amazing, but also not that bad. Jonah Hill. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think he's, like, an amazing actor or anything. But there's now an attempt to cancel Jonah Hill that I just don't really fully understand. I got to admit, I just got to say, I don't really get it. According to the Washington Post, on Friday, surfer Sarah Brady posted screenshots on her Instagram and accused her ex-partner, Jonah Hill, of misogyny and emotional abuse. In the text Brady shared, a person whose number she saved under the name Jonah asked her to take down social media posts, stop modeling, and cut off friends.
Like, I'm not a fan of Jonah Hill, but the way that he was being a manipulative weirdo, the way he was being like a nervous Nelly, I really understand that. I really vibe with that. I really love how insecure he came across in those text messages where he told his girlfriend that she no longer could do the things that I originally liked when we were not dating.
Friendships with some men and, quote, women who are in unstable places. She said Friday she hopes Hill's friends will hold him accountable and that her posts were a warning to all girls. Apparently, according to the Washington Post, in one text Brady posted from Jonah, she says he wrote that if she, quote, needed surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you. I have a question. Am I supposed to be, like, deeply offended by this? If you don't like it, he literally says, I might not be the right partner for you. And they weren't. So they broke up. Now you can say that's demanding. I would first of all, I don't think that much of that is wildly demanding. Right? Boundaryless, surfing with men, I mean, she's a professional surfer. Is that
shocked? I'm shocked, I tell you. That he doesn't think that these are weird requests. Surprising.
That one seems wild, but what he means is really the next one, right? Boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men. I mean, I think it would be very hard to date a woman who had boundaryless, inappropriate relationships with men.
Yeah, why would you take that at face value when the other demands are fucking insane and unreasonable and ridiculous? Like, well, I guess they're unreasonable and insane for, you know, normal adults. He likes those other things.
When he says posting pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, you know, again, she's a surfer, so I imagine that a lot of the pictures on her Instagram are of her in a bathing suit, but there is, you know, kind of an inherent difference between you surfing in a bathing suit or you modeling on the beach in a bathing suit. Not
You said the exact same thing yesterday about most of them? Wait, what? You think me and Ben Shapiro agree on the Jonah Hill situation? Dude, why do I stream? I have enough schizophrenic long-term community members who already make up their minds about what I've said about a particular subject, even if I've said the exact opposite of said particular subject. You did. I said the exact same thing yesterday about most of... I agreed with Ben Shapiro. Said this is going to happen yesterday. Why are you surprised, Lamau? Because it actually shocks me that people can be this obtuse, like this fucking dumb, especially when someone is a 26-month subscriber. Like, you have to be quite literally out of your fucking mind if you think that when I spent the entire time shitting on Jonah Hill. You said most of these things aren't too bad, and that's pretty much what Ben Shapiro said. I never said that, you fucking idiot. Those words never came out of my mouth. Find literally one clip of me saying that. That is not even what I remotely said. I said Jonah Hill is a pathetic, narcissistic, manipulative, insecure person for behaving this way. I even tweeted about that. Okay? The only point of contention was whether or not it was enough to constitute full-scale abuse, to which I even said I am 100% on the side of people who believe that these are red flags that indicate that he might be an abusive person, because these red flags, while in and of itself and the way that they were revealed might not be enough to set the terms of like full-blown abuse, are definitely the starting point for abusive relationships and abusive behavior in a relationship. Okay? These were my words. You did not listen to anything I said. You already had made up your mind about what you think I said, and you've been festering and getting unreasonably angry over what you have hallucinated that I have said, when I have said the exact opposite of what you claim I have said. This is deeply frustrating. Okay? Don't just say okay. Say sorry, you dumb fuck. If I treat you like a human being, at least you can do, the least thing you can do is give me the fucking dignity, okay, of treating me back like a human being and not your fucking internet monkey plaything. Okay? What do you mean, okay? Fuck you. Stupid fuck. I hate this. I'm a fucking real person, guys. I think this is something that a lot of you forget and take for granted after giving me $5 for 26 fucking months. There is no okay in that situation. There is, you know what? My mistake. I misunderstood what you were saying, and I was being contentious for no fucking reason. Okay? That's how you're supposed to react in the situation. If I'm giving you the humanity and the dignity to literally take the time out and respond to you, I expect you to deliver in kind. Okay? I respect you. I want you to also respect me back. Okay? Give me the fucking dignity of treating me like a human being and not some fucking monkey that you see in your camera that you can just disrespect all day, every day. Yeah, someone is cranky today. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can't constantly give you guys news, commentary, analysis, try to entertain you, while also try to teach you, like, basic respect. Fucking weird, man.
Quite the same thing. To post sexual pictures. That seems fair. How many dudes want their girlfriends to post sexual pictures of themselves online for the pleasure of men? Friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past. Again, that doesn't seem like horrible advice. It seems like nobody should have, friendships with people who are in truly unstable places. It helps bring them down. Brady also shared a text she sent, including a list of all the posts I removed from my page, to which she allegedly responded, "Good start." She uploaded a picture Friday she said previously took down by the request of a narcissistic misogynist. Presumably that was supposed to be directed at Jonah Hill. But I don't know, like, we've now expanded the boundaries of victimization beyond the normal. I don't actually understand what the boundaries of victimization are if this stuff qualifies. Your partner says, "I wish you wouldn't do X." You wish to do X. Does this mean that your partner is necessarily abusive? especially when he's like, well, maybe it's not going to work out. I'm just confused by that. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Was he possessive? Okay, maybe. Is that something that women would want in a boyfriend? Presumably not. She broke up with him. But why are internal negotiations between partners when it comes to your love life now subject to public negotiation? If you don't like it, you can leave. He wasn't in a position of superior power over her. And then she did leave. So I'm super confused. Yeah, I don't understand even what the argument is for her posting this stuff.
The reason why I said similar things to Ben here, if you don't understand it, versus what Ben is saying here is entirely different. Ben believes that pictures of someone in their motherfucking bathing suit is a perfectly reasonable boundary to set. I do not believe that it's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set in a relationship. I think it's a fucking ridiculously insecure demand that Jonah Hill made. He, on the other hand, is also a very good political commentator, which is precisely the reason why he's trying to angle it like he's not covering the story from the perspective that he agrees with Jonah Hill's boundaries that he set in the relationship, which were demands, but instead by claiming that it's a big deal. People are making a big deal out of this. They're making hay out of this for no reason. This is what right-wingers do all the fucking time. Okay? You don't need me to do political analysis if you are going to take their word at face value. Do you understand? It's like saying, well, Ben Shapiro says he's pro-life. That means he cares about the sanctity of life and not that he wants women to no longer have autonomy over their own bodies and forcibly carry pregnancies to term. Why the fuck do you need me to parse through his words and describe to you what his actual intention behind it is? If you're going to look at something that Ben Shapiro is saying and go, well, you know, he's just saying the exact same things that you're saying, and therefore you're wrong.
In the first place. Presumably, she thinks that this is going to make her a girl boss. That being a girl boss, it is amazing how being a girl boss.
Is it a hot take to say she probably shouldn't have posted at all, or am I wrong? Do you mean like the conversation? I personally also think that it's like a little odd that it took a year for her to post it, especially because like if there were worse things happening and she posted that, then this is totally valid. The whole like, I want someone to stop. I want this kind of behavior to stop. But she said that she posted it immediately after he had a child with his current partner, because she wanted her to make this decision on her own about whether or not she should break up with Jonah Hill, which I thought was like weird. It left a strange taste in my mouth. For sure. But overall, she's in the right when she says, like, yeah, this is fucking, gross behavior. It is.
Boss shifted from what it was, say, 30 years ago to what it is now. So when you were, like 30 years ago, being a girl boss meant being a girl who is the boss. So by this definition, my mom was a girl boss, right? She rose from being a secretary at a corporation to being the executive vice president of that corporation. She was a girl boss. And you know what that girl boss did? She then came home at night and she helped take care of her kids. That was girl bossing. Girl bossing was being a girl who is the boss. Now, apparently, girl bossing is whining and moaning about how your boyfriend sent you texts you didn't like 4 years ago. And this makes you a hero to young women everywhere. The more you can claim victimization, him sending a text you didn't like isn't victimization. Honest to God, if every spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend in the United States were just to post.
Ben is so good at flattening the situation, by the way. He's so good at, like, turning a situation away from, like, Jonah Hill behaving in this weird way to basically, oh, it's so strange that, like, she's releasing it now or whatever the fuck without ever factoring in that Jonah Hill's behavior is inappropriate in this circumstance because he doesn't think that Jonah Hill's behavior is inappropriate in this circumstance.
Post the text they don't like from their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend. The myriad texts that they didn't like would be endless.
As far as the boundaryless relationship shit, Not a defense of that chatter at all. However, this is probably where they misunderstood you. You clearly are following up and saying if he was a sane and charitable person, but he probably isn't. So therefore, he's talking about boundaryless relationships is weird. So like some of these make sense. Not the surfing with men part, but like boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men. I feel like given how unhinged the other ones are, he probably is like exaggerating.
Just being friends,
like,
man.
Yeah, if you're like, hey, I don't want you to fuck other dudes, like that's kind of a given, right? If you're in a do you think that this is identical to what Ben said? Do you consider this to be similar to what Ben's saying? Because I'm not even agreeing with him in that situation. I'm quite literally explaining why there's no way when he says boundaryless inappropriate friendships with men, he means like I want to maintain monogamy. I'm literally saying right here that if he was a normal person, which he is not, boundaryless relationship with men would be an understandable relationship dynamic in a monogamous relationship. But that's probably not what he's talking about. Monogamous relationship with someone. What is this? Please don't let this end up on Reddit. But like everybody hyper focused on that, but like the surfing with men part is really funny because she's a surf instructor.
Go to one.
This video doesn't even make me look bad. Like, even if this went on Reddit, who the fuck would be like, wow, this is so inappropriate that he said this? Like, it's very obvious what I'm saying there.
They've yet to find a relationship between two people where no one has ever said anything to the other person that they found offensive or annoying. Welcome to human relationships.
Dude, it's completely unacceptable. Like, you're not 12 years old. You're not a fucking baby. It is ridiculous to tell someone that they can no longer do the job that they were doing when they met you. Now that you're in a relationship with them, that it blows my fucking mind. Like, it's so strange. Giving someone a laundry list of demands and, you know, putting that laundry list of demands under the therapy speak, like more acceptable, more socially acceptable language, like sheltering it under this kind of language, is so silly.
So it's kind of ugly that this has become the new way that you gain credibility is by years later.
Crazy people act like if you don't condemn him in the strongest terms possible that you're defending him, but I did condemn him in the strongest terms possible. That's the other annoying instance here.
Coming back at your ex-boyfriend and saying that he was super controlling and super terrible. I don't get it at all. It makes no sense to me. And even if you agree with her, I don't see the actual case for her posting this sort of stuff as quote unquote a warning to others. Who's watching this and going, oh man, you know, that's really true. I'm too controlled. It's just, again, an aspect of a solipsistic, narcissistic culture in which we are all supposed to pretend that everybody is a victim for the claps and the cheers and the clicks. You may have seen the CEO of Innovation Refunds, Howard Mackler.
Fuck, dude. Ben Shapiro's ad reads are longer than the fucking...
America's coffee.
His ad reads are literally longer than the content itself.
Okay, so I want to talk about Meta's threads. Okay, so Meta...
Oh, that's it. The rest of it is just like not even about this issue. That's awesome. No, he's just farming so he can tag on an ad read on there. Jesus Christ. The ad is literally longer than the commentary on the commentary in the title. If asking a girl you're dating not to post explicit photos of herself is possessive, then God help us all. Exactly. You can see the mentality at play here.